Hi Stevie, thank you for the wonderful video that you made and posted earlier on today. And I watched it with great interest, and it really gave me some food for thought. I just wanted to share a couple of my thoughts with you in this video response. So the first thing was this 80% figure. Now it seems really strange to me where this 80% figure has come from, other than Ben's one throwaway comment that he, on his videos, has 80% of younger females watching it. And maybe many other people do as well when they look at their YouTube analytics. But, as you quite rightly say, Stevie, we don't have an 80% female population. And I'm sure it's not 80% females who are using the internet. So why are people seeing this skewed set of metrics and analysis? So I put my thinking cap on and my researching cap on and went to Google to see what demographic information there was available about the use of YouTube. And it was really instructive, because the first thing I found, although it was from 2010, and that's a couple of years ago now, which is ancient time in YouTube speak, but it showed it was actually 72% of men using YouTube as opposed to 28% of women. Now obviously maybe that's evened out over the last few years. So then I went to look actually at YouTube's own demographic information, and what that told me was for the 18 to 34 year olds, which is the key demographic for advertisers, that in the UK 81% of men in that 18 to 34 category used YouTube, and 65% of women. And when you do the maths, you look at the population, that's then saying that of men, it was 5.1 million UK men in that age range were using YouTube, as opposed to 3.9 million women. So there's a 1.2 million user gap there. So the big question is, where have all those missing viewers gone? If they're not watching blogs. And I think the answer to me then came when I went to look at one of the top 10 channels in the UK. And they were 3 music channels, Adele, One Direction, and UK Dubstep, 3 gaming channels, including the SableCaught's and the Syndicate. Then there was Charlie Is So Cool Like as a vlogger, Tom Scar as a vlogger and filmmaker, and man who likes shooting guns, and then Vsauce, the popular science channel, along with Top Gear. So when we really look at that, there's sciencey things, there's people shooting guns, there's vloggers, there's music, and most importantly gaming. And what became clear to me from this, and it's not a scientific analysis, is that the men of YouTube are there, but they're not watching vlogs. They're going to be watching music, and they're going to be watching gaming channels and all sorts of other sports channels and fast cars, etc. All the type of things you would think teenage boys and young men are going to like. So the second thing which I wanted to turn my attention to was this whole question of men watching women, and the point which you raised, Stevie, about it being sexualized. I personally don't think there's any issue with actually the watching of videos. I watch a lot of women who I find engaging and entertaining and funny and informative. So I love watching them. Where I'm a little bit more hesitant, particularly as somebody who's 37, is about engaging and about commenting and talking, particularly to young women, on the premise that actually, am I going to look like a creepy pedo stalker, talking to a lot of young women on the internet. But that's the same in everyday life. There's always that little thing now at the back of your mind. What's a right and appropriate age of child and person to talk to. So hope that those are my thoughts anyway on your video. I quite look forward to the next set of 3 videos in the series.